Good morning. This is Don V with Truth Be Told, and we have a couple news reports we'd like to share with you. Can only show you the softballs here on YouTube. Every time I turn around, I'm getting a strike for some dumb reason, and I show you everything I read, and the news reports that I'm bringing off the internet on conservative sites, so they don't like that. So I'll get a strike, and they'll tell me I'm spreading disinformation. Whatever. If you want to see some interesting stuff, move to my free Rumble account. It's completely free, doesn't cost a cent, and it's under Truth Be Told with Don V. And that's where I can put the good stuff. Any rate, without ado, please subscribe. Over 90% of the people who watch my videos are not subscribers. It doesn't cost anything, and it's completely free. Okay, let's move to the first one. It says Democrats unveil $3.5 trillion budget resolution, setting up another partisan fight. Yeah, let's go help all these communist countries and launder some more money of American money. It says Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer released Democrats' $3.5 trillion budget resolution Monday, the first step in their effort to adopt sweeping measures addressing climate change, healthcare, and immigration, and more. The budget, spearheaded by Vermont Independent Senator Bernie Sanders, comes hours after the bipartisan infrastructure bill beat a Senate filibuster and appeared set to pass as soon as Monday, along with the reconciliation package text. Schumer also released committee-specific instructions for crafting its different provisions. Yeah. While the infrastructure bill beat a filibuster with the help of 18 Republicans, the reconciliation plan faces unanimous GOP opposition. Budget rules, however, allow for it to be passed with a simple majority, meaning the Democrats can push it through on party line votes as long as their caucuses stay united. The plan points to September 15th as when committees should aim to finalize their respective sections. The resolution, however, omits language addressing a debt ceiling raise, setting up ugly partisan fight. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell has said that no Republican will vote to raise it, meaning that if a provision is not included in the reconciliation plan, it could fail to a GOP filibuster. Good. That's what we want. Next report is on the second news. It says HC refusing the jab will get you a court-martial. This is ridiculous. Breaking flashbang regime to mandate vacations for all military personnel by September 15. Refusal is grounds for a court-martial. Service members who refuse to take the jab will be punished under the Uniform Code of Military Justice. The United States military, under the direction of Flashbang's regime, Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin, is moving to require all service members to be injected with the COVID vacation by September 15th. According to a report from the AP, refusal to be injected could be treated as failure to obey an order, and unvacationed soldiers may be subject to punishment under the Uniform Code of Military Justice. This is ridiculous. They want to kill all our military, too. I will seek the President's approval to make the vacations mandatory no later than mid-September or immediately upon approval by the Food and Drug Administration. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin declares in a memo to troops obtained by the AP, I will not hesitate to act sooner or recommend a different course to the President if I feel the need to do so. The requirement could be moved up to an even earlier date if infections continue to rise, and restrictions such as wearing masks, social distancing, and travel limits will apply to unvacationed service members in the interim. The AP reports that military officials have said that once the vacation is mandated, a refusal could constitute failure to obey an order and may be punishable under the Uniform Code of Military Justice. Glad I'm not in the military because I'd tell them to kiss my tail. National File previously reported on Austin's push to make all members of the U.S. military become vacationed. Secretary of Defense of Flashbang's administration, Lloyd Austin, is set to announce mandatory COVID-19 vacations for all active duty troops at the direction of Slow Joe, according to a report from the Communist News Network. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin is expected to seek authorization to make COVID-19 vacations mandatory for all active duty troops as soon as this week, following Flashbang's directive that the military examine how and when it could make that happen, the Communist News Network reported. If the Secretary makes that final recommendation, he could seek a presidential waiver to allow the vacation to be administered to troops before full approval by the Food and Drug Administration. The Pentagon's decision and recommendation on how to proceed could come this week. Several officials say service members who have not yet taken the vacation have been subjected to forced testing and quarantine, as well as compulsory mask wearing. This is just absolutely, totally ridiculous. What, hey, Democrats, what about my body, my choice? Yeah, exactly. Moving on. She is not the mother. The Communist News Network corrects story after raising $230,000 for a woman. Communist News Network continues its downward spiral. CNN helped to raise $230,000 for Dasha Kelly, who claimed that she and her 3 daughters were facing eviction. The story was framed to support the federal eviction moratorium. The Communist News Network recently promoted the story of a mom of 3 young children who was nervous about being evicted amid the federal evictions moratorium. The liberal network even pushed a GoFundMe to help her cover the rent. But it turns out she wasn't the mother after all. I'm not making this stuff up. This is just ridiculous. The Communist News Network reporter, Nit Watt, caught up with Dashies Kelly's last week for a story on the recent eviction moratorium lapse. He referred to the 3 children as her little girls and noted that they could all end up on the street, as the Communist News Network on-screen Chiron said, "Mom braces for eviction." Watt explained that Kelly lost her job because of the coronavirus pandemic and could no longer afford childcare, and her little girls were shown during CNN's segment. Oh my word. CNN was forced to update the story. It turns out that Dasha Kelly was not the mother of these 3 children. These children are cared for by their mother, Shadia Hilo, and father, David Allison. David Allison is dating Dasha Kelly. Here's the update from the Communist News Network. After CNN aired a story about her potential eviction, Dasha Kelly clarified to CNN that she is not the mother of the 3 children featured in the story. CNN has verified she takes care of the children in her home for periods of time. She says she originally described herself to CNN as a mother because she considered herself to be like one to them. Yeah. Communist News Network has learned the children are also cared for by their mother, Shadia Hilo, and their father, David Allison, who is Kelly's boyfriend. GoFundMe tells CNN they are in close contact with Kelly and funds will stay on hold until they verify her information. GoFundMe says no funds have been withdrawn. The CNN seemingly stealthy corrected parts of the story as well. In the opening, they now say that Kelly was in the apartment with her boyfriend's 3 daughters. Yeah, and here's a little excerpt. It says, when CNN knocked at the door, Dasha Kelly panicked, thinking the eviction she'd been dreading was finally at hand. "Guys honestly freaked me out this morning when you knocked," she said. Kelly, who was in the apartment with her boyfriend, 3 daughters, Sharon 8, Kia 6, and Monty 5, who is living on the borrowed time. Moving on to the report, another part of the article now acknowledges that she only cares for the girls part-time. The funds are now on hold until the story can be verified. Good. Any rate, guys, we live in a maddening world. Isn't it crazy? These communist sympathizers want for all of us. It just makes me sick. All right, I hope everybody has a wonderful day. We're broadcasting under partly cloudy skies. We're about 62 outside right now, so I'll take that cool weather anytime in the summertime, that's for sure. This is Don V with Truth Be Told, and we are out of here.